Hi everyone, it has been a minute. We are back. We are doing some rapid fire questions. I'm going to be sourcing in the background here. So basically you guys can watch the screen or not. This is going to be a little bit of footage from me just sourcing over this last week. And there will be some comps thrown up as there are some things that I found. But for the most part, I think I'm going to just be doing a bunch of rapid fire question and answer with you all. So I am going to just be scrolling through, looking at some commonly asked questions that I see in forums, Facebook pages, Reddit, things like that, and just kind of commenting on it. If you hear me talk about something that like is of interest to you and you'd like for me to dive deeper in it, will you just drop it in the comments? Like even if it's just the thing, like whatever it is that I'm talking about, you can just put in like one word. It doesn't matter. And that way I can kind of know some of the things you guys want me to dive deeper on, because basically what I'm trying to do right now is go back to my educational roots. I've been saying it for a little while. I do love the vlogs and those will be mixed in, but for the most part, I love helping you guys get started or further your journey on Whatnot. And since there are so many new buyers and sellers popping up on the app every day, I just want to keep everyone informed and just kind of give my feedback. I appreciate all of you all who always leave such nice comments on the videos talking about how helpful things were. So I want to lean into that a little bit more. So today we're gonna just kind of do some rapid fire questions. Alrighty, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, do I have to write names of everyone who purchases on a sticky note for each item, or does it show me who got what as I'm creating the shipping labels? Very common question. You will have a seller dashboard. If you've sold on eBay, you'll be familiar with kind of what this looks like. It's going to be the person's information and everything that they purchased in your show. So whether they bought from your buy it now, an auction, a bundle, a giveaway, whatever it is, it'll all show up under their name, and that is what will go into that package. If they did buy enough items where it gave them two different labels, you'll see that it'll be their name twice with what goes in each of those packages. So one package may have a few items, the next package may have a few items, and you would just have two separate labels for those two. Does running giveaways every 5 minutes help with viewer traffic? I don't think that it does. I don't think that the giveaways are what's going to keep buyers in. Does it help with viewer traffic? Maybe. Buyer traffic? Not necessarily. Quality inventory is what's going to help with buyer traffic. Can you use Pirate Ship or other platforms to create labels on Whatnot? No, you must use Whatnot platform. They will generate a label for you through the post office. It's only through the post office as of right now. There are talks of some additional shipping carriers potentially being added in the future, but as of right now, just through the United States Postal Service. Do you need a social media following? No, never. You don't. I promise you. Is it helpful? Sure. But if you have, as I've said before, quality inventory at a fair price with good customer service, you're going to do just fine gathering your own audience. And it may take a few shows, but everyone always finds their people on Whatnot. That's what makes Whatnot so fun. Do I need a label maker? You don't need a label maker when you're just getting started. If you think that you're only going to be selling a couple of orders each show, you can print your labels out. However, once you start selling, I would say, between 10 to 20 packages or more a week, you're probably going to want to invest in a label printer, thermal label printer. I have one in my description, I believe. I'll try to put it in there. If not, shoot me a message or a comment and I'll link it. But it is a Munbyn, Munbyn, and it works really well for me. I've had it for 6 years and I've never had an issue with it. Get yourself a thermal label printer sooner than later. It will change the game once you get one. Do I have to start every auction at $1? No, and please don't actually. Unless you're selling an item that is only worth $1, I recommend trying to start your auctions closer to the $3 to $5 mark if possible. Again, depends on what you're selling. If the value of the item is $1 or $2 or $3, then sell it for that. But the one thing you just need to keep in mind with low starts is the 30-cent transaction fee. No matter where the transaction comes from on Whatnot, mostly auctions is where you're going to really see it. People who do auctions, hundreds and hundreds of auctions, every single transaction takes on a 30% processing fee. So every $1 transaction you do, if it sells for $1, if it doesn't go higher than $1 and it sells for $1, you are automatically at a 70-cent profit margin. You're only getting 70 cents, but then there's the fees. So most $1 sales come out to about 42 to like 59 cents. It kind of ranges depending on state taxes. So it's not necessarily great when things sell for $1. How do returns work on Whatnot? They don't. Sellers don't have to accept returns. Actually, Whatnot doesn't do returns. I believe in cases of counterfeit items or like extreme fraud or something like that, there are processes for buyers to reach out to Whatnot and return an item or just get a refund. But for the most part, I really don't know the back end on that. At the end of the day, what matters is you as an individual seller on Whatnot. You do not accept returns ever. I've never done a return. Even when I've misshipped items, there's been a handful of times where I've shipped the wrong package to like 2 or 3 people, like labels just got mixed up. I will just go in and generate my own labels, get their email address, email them, and take all of that into my own hands. So there's no real return process for Whatnot. Definitely one of the most popular questions is, do I list everything individually? How does that work? What happens if something sells or doesn't sell? So basically, you can list everything individually. You're more than welcome to sit there and take a photo and description, price, weight, all of that good stuff, and show each item or take requests as people can see everything listed in your shop. And then if something sells, great, it'll be removed from your shop and you can set it to the side and it won't be available for purchase. If it does not sell, if you run the auction and it doesn't sell, then it'll just remain in your shop. You can still set it to the side and show it again later, or wait for someone else to request it. So that's a great strategy. If you choose not to list everything, you can do kind of what I refer to as like a quantity listing. So this is going to be random pulls where you're randomly showing the item that's in front of you, and you are only running you're running the auctions as each item is being shown by basically weight. So you're maybe making a few different listings in your store, variety of weight categories depending on what you sell. And when you list the item, instead of listing it as a quantity of 1, you would list it for like a larger quantity, like 100 or 200. And each time you show an item and you go to run it, you would pick the appropriate weight, run the item. And if the item sells, it'll automatically start labeling that listing with the quantities. So that would have been item number 1. You could write that weight and number 1 down on a Post-it note, stick it onto the item and set it to the side. If you run another item in that same weight category and it sells, it will now be number 2. So you would have the same weight with number 2. And then if you were to run a different item in a different weight category and you ran it, that would go back to number 1 because that would be the first of that weight category. So it's a quantity listing. For example, you could have item 1 to 2 pounds, item 2 to 3 pounds, item 3 to 4 pounds, and run according to the item that you're showing. So it's really just making listings off of weight, setting the quantity higher than 1, and labeling each individual item. So you can list each item. You can do random pulls. I will be making a more in-detailed video about that because that is my top 5 requested questions for sure. So I'll explain more on that topic coming soon. What are show notes and how do they work? Show notes are going to basically, for my opinion, I've seen a little Post-it note. I don't know if it's like that on everyone's phone, but it's a little Post-it note that's in the corner of the screen as you are live. And you can post show notes up there for people to click on and get information about what's happening in your show without you having to repeat it every 10 seconds as people are popping in and out. So basically when you schedule a show, after you're done scheduling it, you'll be able to see your show screen and there'll be a little Post-it note and you can just click on it and type in whatever you want it to say. I have a set show notes that I put in most all of my shows, and I just kind of copy it and paste it in there, and it's there. And that's all I do. That's really simple, and it's really helpful to let people know what's going on. So I tell people, hey, check out the show notes as people are popping in. Check out the show notes so you can kind of understand what's happening, so I don't have to repeat my spiel of what I'm doing over and over again. A big question I get that I am so impartial to answering is the flat rate shipping, which is $9.21. Basically, the buyer will pay $9.21 only. So whatever they buy will, once they hit $9.21 worth of shipping costs, they won't pay shipping anymore. It'll just say free shipping. As somebody who sells books, it's not something I offer because I typically sell really large stacks of books. I have people that will buy, no joke, 50, 60, up to 70 pounds of books. There are times I've had to split book packages up because it's over 70 pounds. I could not possibly fathom coming out of pocket the 20, 30, 40, maybe $50 it would be additional to ship that much books. So I'm not quite sure how that works, if I'm being quite frank with you. My recommendation for the flat rate shipping, or not flat rate shipping, I'm sorry, max shipping, capped shipping is going to be is the smaller lightweight items. So if you have lightweight like cards, tiny little toys and trinket type things, then 921 max shipping is going to be amazing for you. So small lightweight items is going to be the way to go. Heavier bulky items, would not recommend doing the 921 max shipping. How exactly does the Whatnot commission work? It's really, really simple. So all you need to think about is that you're going to have 11% worth of fees and 30 cents for every transaction. That's kind of how I look at it. So your main fee is the 8% commission that goes directly to Whatnot. And this is the fee that is applied to the price of the items that the item sells for. So if you sell an item for $10, Whatnot is getting 8% of that $10. What they are not getting is the credit card transaction fee, which is an additional 2.9%. So 8 plus 2.9% is your 10.9% fee. I just say 11%, makes it easy. The 2.9% is going to be applied to the entire transaction. So it's going to be applied to the cost of the item that sold and the tax as well, and shipping, price of the item sold, shipping, and tax. All three of those is going to get a 2.9% fee, and then that additional 30 cents for every time a sale is processed on the platform. So that's kind of the commission breakdown, basically 11% across everything except, it's split up a little, and then 30 cents for every transaction. Do I need to have 2 phones or a laptop? How many things do I need to go live? You need 1 phone. That's it. You need 1 phone to run your entire show. If you would like to use your laptop to help run your show in the background, you can. If you would like a second phone so that you can run your show or listen to music, you can. But you really only need 1 phone with a working camera and a good mic, make sure your phone's in good shape and it's relatively newer, so the quality is good. Your streaming sound and audio visual is good. How many items do you need to run your first show or any show? However many you want. You can sell 1 item. If you have 1 super cool, really awesome item, go live and sell it. People do it. Harry Tornado's done it a lot. People do it for fun. I'm gonna go live for 15 minutes. We're gonna do 3 giveaways every 5 minutes, and I'm gonna auction off this one really cool, unique Grail type item, and we're gonna start the auction at $1. People love that kind of stuff, right? But in the more realistic sense, however many you want. So for me, when I'm doing my book shows, I probably have between 100 to 300 books that I'm showing in any given show. But I also have hundreds of books on my shelves that they can shop. So as you're building your inventory, like the more shows you do, if you are listing things individually, you are going to naturally create your own consistent rolling inventory. So it's however many items you want to put in your first show. It can be 1, 5, 10, 200, whatever you have on hand, but just get started, learn. Don't get too overwhelmed with doing so many things. And yeah, there's no set number you need or have to. There's no limits. It's whatever you want. What is a private show? A private show, when you scroll down to the bottom of your listing page to schedule a show, is going to be an option you can toggle on. If you want to schedule a show, put it as private and then go live and no one can find you, you could basically do a test show. So you can go live and see exactly what it would look like when you are actually live and play around with the stuff you put in your store. You could practice pinning them up. You could practice running the auction. You can practice touching the buttons and seeing what it looks like when you're live without anyone being able to actually pop into your show. So it's highly recommended and a great way for you to get a feel for things before actually having to press the big real go live button. What do you do when there's not really anyone in your show? Just do what you would do if there were 25 people in your show. Just do what you would do, because as people come in, they're only going to stay if there's something for them to watch. If you're just sitting there being defeated that no one's in there, you're going to, struggle. So show the items you have. Put something on the screen. Make sure your phone, your camera is facing the product. It's got something for people to see. And maybe even, ask in the chat, can everyone hear and see me okay? Is my audio and visual all right? Sometimes I'll pop into shows and it's just terrible audio quality or bad Wi-Fi and no one's telling them. So, sometimes just do a sound check type thing. And just don't lose confidence. If maybe that's not the time to be live, maybe there's a bigger seller in your category that's on at that moment, and you can always go live another time. All right, guys, I am quite literally running out of seconds left to film, so I'm going to sign off, but thank you all so much for watching. I will catch you all next week with another Whatnot reselling related video. Have a wonderful week. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Bye.